Are you drooling over the latest high-end graphics cards, but wincing at the price tags? What if you could get stellar gaming performance without selling your soul to the bank? The RTX 5080 is a monster of a GPU, packed with cutting-edge tech to run the toughest games and apps. But its cost can feel like a punch to the gut. Don't worry though, I've been digging into graphics cards for 2 decades, and I'm here to walk you through 5 budget-friendly alternatives that can still flex some serious muscle. These options won't just save your wallet, they'll keep you gaming strong. Stick around, because by the end, you'll know exactly which card fits your vibe. First up, let's talk about the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060. This little beast has been a personal favorite of mine ever since I got my hands on it for testing. With 12 gigabytes of GDDR6 memory and ray tracing chops, it's like a Swiss Army knife for gamers. I've seen it crank out 90 FPS in Fortnite at 1440p like it's nothing. And even in a beast like Red Dead Redemption 2, it holds steady at 60 FPS with high settings. Sure, the RTX 5080 might flex harder, but at maybe half the price. Think $300 versus $1,000 or more, the 3060 gives you 70% of that insane performance. That's value screaming in your face. I love how it supports DLSS 2. It's like having a secret weapon that juices up frame rates in games like Cyberpunk 2077. For me, this card's the sweet spot. Modern features, killer performance, and a price that doesn't make me cry. Now, let's switch gears to the AMD Radeon RX 6700 XT. This one's a firecracker from AMD's lineup, and I've been blown away by its grit. It's got 12 gigabytes of GDDR6 memory and a Navi 22 GPU that punches above its weight. I ran it through Cyberpunk 2077 at 1440p on high settings, and it delivered a smooth 75 FPS. Sure, the RTX 5080 might hit 100, but this card's often hundreds cheaper. It's neck and neck with NVIDIA's RTX 3070 in benchmarks, which is wild for the price. I've used it for streaming too, and that VRAM really shines when you're juggling gameplay and OBS. One catch, it's a bit of a power hog, so you'll need a decent PSU. Still, if you're chasing raw power on a budget, this one's got my stamp of approval. Next on deck is the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1660 Super. This card's like that trusty old friend who never lets you down. No ray tracing here, but with 6 gigabytes of GDDR6 and Turing architecture, it's a 1080p gaming champ. I fired up Apex Legends at max settings and watched it soar past 100 FPS, smooth as butter. Against the RTX 5080's wallet-busting price, this one's a steal, often dipping below $250 these days. I've recommended it to tons of casual gamers over the years, especially for esports titles like Valorant or CSGO. It's not flashy, but it gets the job done. My take? If you don't need the latest bells and whistles, this card's a budget hero. For the ultra thrifty out there, let's check out the AMD Radeon RX 580. This one's an oldie but a goodie. I've got fond memories of building budget rigs with it back in the day. With 8 gigabytes of GDDR5, it still holds its own at 1080p. I tested it on GTA 5 recently, and it churned out 70 FPS on high settings without breaking a sweat. Sure, it's not touching the RTX 5080's stratosphere, but at under $200, sometimes way under if you snag a deal, it's a gateway to solid gaming. The catch is, it's showing its age. Newer titles might force you to dial settings down. Still, for the price, it's like finding a diamond in the rough. I'd say it's perfect for someone just dipping their toes into PC gaming. Finally, we've got the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060. This card was king when it dropped, and it's still kicking for budget builds. With 6 gigabytes of GDDR5, it's a 1080p warrior. Think 50 FPS in The Witcher 3 at high settings. I've seen it pop up used or refurbished for peanuts, making it a no-brainer for tight budgets. It's not winning any awards against the RTX 5080, but it's like a reliable workhorse, steady and dependable. I built a rig with one for a friend a while back, and he's still happily gaming on it. My 2 cents? If you're scouring secondhand markets, this is a golden pick. So, there you have it. 5 killer alternatives to the RTX 5080 that prove you don't need deep pockets for great gaming. The RTX 3060 is my go-to for its all-around brilliance, while the RX 6700 XT flexes hard for 440p fans. The GTX 1660 Super, RX 580, and GTX 1060? They're proof that budget doesn't mean bad. Each one's got its own flavor of awesome, balancing cost and power in ways that fit real gamers' lives. You don't need to chase the priciest tech to have a blast. Pick what vibes with your setup and budget, and you're golden.
If you enjoy this video, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell to the later update from my channel. Thank you for watching till the end, and see you in the next video.